up, guys? King here, bringing you a new discussion video regarding Resident Evil 9. So, yeah, we're only, what, 2 weeks away, about 2 weeks away from the Game Awards show, and besides a few interviews recently, we've not really gotten any kind of new news on this game. A lot of the stuff we're hearing is obviously just rumors, nothing's been confirmed, so yeah, it's just a case of, like, what is going on with the marketing when it comes to this game. I've seen a few videos here, a lot of people complaining about the marketing here and there, and honestly, the marketing I think has been fine so far. Like when it comes to like Resident Evil especially, like I think they've done a decent job. It's just a case of I wish they'd given us little bits of snippets here and there building up to this big trailer that will obviously I'm hoping obviously that we're gonna get at Game Awards. Can you imagine if we don't get this big trailer at Game Awards? That'll be like, okay, we really don't know what Capcom's planning, but I'm still confident we're gonna get something major there. So I feel like all the signs, all the points are leading to that. So fingers crossed. But yeah, I thought I'd go through what I would want to see for this trailer for next month, basically. So yeah, I got a wish list. And starting with the first up, of course, it's having it be a cinematic action trailer. So yeah, I think this needs to be the trailer that they show that's going to be like very heavy action packed, very cinematic, and pretty much going right into like giving you what the gist of the plot is, like at least the second part, what the plot is, besides just, oh yeah, mother's dead, daughter's investigating her death, shit hits the fan. Like let's get a bit more into it. You know, I'm talking about like the trailers we used to get with like Resident Evil 5 and 6 when it came to that heavy action sort of trailers, you know, and of course recently with like Resident Evil 4 remake. So I want to go back to that feeling, to that sort of is it effect, I guess. I think we would say heavy Leon Kennedy focus. Yep, I want it to be a heavy Leon Kennedy focus. I think we all do. At this point, they need to just straight up come and confirm that he's in this game or not. And if he obviously is, they need to heavily focus on him. Like when we get this trailer, and this is the thing you need to also think about, right, guys, right? Sorry if I'm blurring my speeches a bit. It's been a while. But one of the things you need to think about is the fact that we've only gotten that reveal trailer, right? And then we got a cutscene. And then we got that official trailer too, which technically speaking isn't trailer 2 because it was technically a trailer reveal for the Nintendo Switch 2 version. It wasn't a proper trailer 2. It's not the standard trailer 2 that you would get with a game like this, or even with a movie, you know? Like, it was just like another sort of reveal trailer, but this time for Nintendo Switch 2. The actual proper trailer 2 is the one that realistically and logically we should be getting at the Game Awards. And this is the one that's going to be very heavy packed with details and certain confirmations in that. So, and one of those things should be the revelation of the secondary character, which is Leon. And of course, Raccoon City as a whole, like a big focus on that, because if you're going to show Leon, and if Leon is the one that's going to be navigating a lot of Raccoon City, then we need to see that. At least I feel like we should be seeing that. Like the whole, you know, the marketing so far, in my opinion, has been decent, but we're getting close to the game's release. We're at the halfway point now, and we haven't really delved deep into what this game is gonna offer. Not even the combat, not even the enemy variety, and that we need to start seeing some heavy things. Now, the reveal trailer got us all hyped. It did. It revealed to us what the legacy of this game is going to be and how it ties into that legacy. But now with this second proper trailer, if you will, we need to really deep dive into what's there to see. Like the locations, or at least some of the locations and such. Which brings me to mild spoilers. So a lot of people are going to be like, do you want to get spoiled? Do you want them to reveal everything? Yes and no. Okay, there's different ways of spoiling something in a trailer and doing it the right way and doing it the wrong way. Now, examples of this, for example, of course, is Resident Evil 5 and 6. Do you remember the final trailer for Resident Evil 5 that we got? I think people would refer to it as the villains trailer, right? And that was the very end of that trailer. It straight up revealed that it was Jill under the hood, that the plague doctor that we've been seeing throughout some of these trailers was in fact Jill. Now, they didn't straight up spoil it, but the way the trailer ended was basically Wesker coming down, like in the game, and going, "I thought you'd be happier to see us." And then Chris goes, "Us? My, so slow to catch on." And he's literally about to like take off the hood. And we don't see it. The trailer cuts there.
I would expect you to be happier to see us. Us. So slow.
But at that point, it was pretty damn obvious who it was behind the cloak. Because the trailer before that, I believe the TGS trailer that we got, I think the year before that, I believe, before the game was coming out, literally spoiled that Joe had died mysteriously somehow. And then, of course, we got that TGS trailer, that big 5-minute trailer, and that revealed that Jill was dead. You know, we got like a glimpse of her grave and that. And then, yeah, we got into that final trailer, and then boom. It's like, it was damn obvious. That was a case of Capcom really spoiling it. But at the same time, I feel like maybe a lot of people figured it out. I don't know. Me, I was one of those people that was super convinced they wouldn't have Jill be that character. Like, I kept thinking that you would find Jill in the cryo status, and that the mysterious plague doctor was either going to be a new character, or in my stupid way, I assumed it might be Rebecca. I don't know why. I just thought that because this game was like going back to like OG RE1 in some ways, and we were getting Chris and Jill back, I just had this assumption that we're like, maybe they would bring Rebecca back as well finally in a game. And maybe it would reveal that she was actually a bad guy or traitor, and that's why we hadn't seen her all this time and that maybe. I don't know. I had this stupid thought, because I kept thinking there's no way Capcom would be this obvious when it comes to such a twist. And in the end, it was the most obvious twist. It's like, oh, it is exactly what we thought it was. Like, damn. And then, of course, we had that trailer for RE6 that straight up spoiled that Jake was Wesker's son. Do you guys remember that trailer?
You know, those shots of yours pack one hell of a punch, lady.
So, you're Wesker Jr.
You lost me.
Albert Wesker was a colossal imbecile, a fool who tried to destroy the world. He was also your father, which makes you heir to a very special blood type.
So remember that trailer, and that straight up spoiled that. And I think that same trailer also spoiled that Ada had a doppelganger, and they were called Carla, because there was that one shot that you see in a trailer where she's going through the files and you see original Carla and that and stuff.
Find anything interesting?
And before that, now I think one of the reasons they spoiled that, I think, is because it was already spoiled. If you guys remember I think when the demo came out, or maybe before that, no, I think it was before this. I think it was a Brazilian voiceover spoiler. Someone from there was like, they were doing voiceovers, I think, for the game in Brazil. And then someone spoiled the fact that, oh, one of the characters being voiced is called Jake Wesker or something, like, and or Mueller, and they're Wesker's kid. And then another one was like the voicing, a clone for Ada or something, a doppelganger called Carla or Remendez, whatever. So I feel like that was already spoiled before that. Like, if you were online at that point in time, a good few months before the game was coming out, that all got spoiled actually. So it might have been a case of Capcom realizing, oh, well, it's already out in the wind, we might as well just confirm it. There you go. But that's just a case of spoilers that I do not want to see in a game. It's one of those things where, like, I would have liked to have played the game and found out during the game, you know? So when I'm talking mod spoilers, I'm talking, obvious spoilers. Spoilers that we want to see, like Raccoon City, like Leon, and that with little hints sprinkled in. I don't want to see big confirmations. Like, do you understand what I mean? Like there's a way to spoil things, and there's a way to not spoil things, and I don't want big story spoilers. I want to find those out when I'm playing the game, or by analyzing a recent trailer and being able to put the pieces together, and then when I play the game, be like, yeah, now it's all coming together, now it's making sense, Combat focus, obviously, I want to see that. That's another thing I want to see in this, because if it's an action trailer, I don't want to just see cutscenes. I want to see gameplay. So show me gameplay, show me the combat. At this point, we need to see it. And if it is going to be like a Leon heavy focused trailer, hopefully, fingers crossed, that's what I would want. As again, this is my wish list. That's what I want to see. I want to see like proper heavy combat. Show new enemies and variety. So I don't want it to completely spoil things when it comes to the enemy variety. Obviously, I want to see the zombies. I want to see how they interact, how they fight, how they move, etc., so we can get a good idea of that. And maybe hints of some of the new enemy variety, and maybe some hints at possible new enemies coming back, because it's Raccoon City. We're going back to Raccoon City. So I'm hoping to see maybe a licker or two, or a hunter, a mutated version. You know, little hints maybe that, oh yeah, this enemy is coming back, but it might not be looking similar or acting similar to what you've previously encountered. So little hints, okay? I don't want full-on spoilers. I'm making that clear. I just want hints. I want to be able to look at this. Like, for example, when the final trailer for RE5 came out, right? There was that one shot towards the very end where, just before the Jill reveal, like, where you see these claws coming at Chris and Sheva, right? And they're on the platform. Now, at that time, I assumed that was a hint at a licker attacking them. Now, obviously, in the fight, when you play the game, it's actually the giant spider thing that's attacking them, so it's not the licker. But the way it looked and the way the claws looked, it looked like it was like a licker like launching at them. And the irony of that is, the funny thing is, in the end, yes, there were lickers in the game actually. So it was like, oh, okay, I was wrong about that. And it's funny as well because that's just before that boss fight takes place, like after you encounter the lickers in the actual game. But the point is, at that point in time, you sort of see that and you're like, you think to yourself, it's a licker. It has to be a licker. And in a way, it was right and wrong because that wasn't a licker, but they were in the game still. So maybe something like that, you know? Hints at the villains and other returning characters. So yeah, I want to see hints at who these villains are. Maybe finally get a name to that guy with the goggles and that, and maybe the cloak guy, so we can finally put to rest this whole, are these the same character? Or are these different characters? If they're different characters, showcase that to us, confirm that to us, that the hooded man is a different character, and that the guy in the goggles is also a different character, right? So give us little things like that, and maybe hint at other returning characters, obviously, okay? Don't downright confirm it. The only returning character that I kind of want to see confirmed is Leon, and maybe someone else. In this case, okay, this goes back to my previous point, Oswald E. Spencer and Alex. Again, I want hints. I don't want straight up confirmation that they're going to be in this game. Like, if Oswald's going to be sort of like a build-up that you get in the third act, I don't want to know about it until I play the game. Same with Alex. With Alex, it's a bit different, though. With Alex, I would say I want the hint. I want the hint that when you're watching these trailers and you start putting it together, you're like, wait a minute, is this who I think it could be? And then you play the game and it's like, yes, it's exactly that character. It's who you assume it's gonna be. So with Alex, I want it to be more of a like, is she in this or not? Like, kind of confirmation. Like give us the little hints. But with Oswald, if he is in it or not, I don't really want to know, you know, but if he is, again, hints. Just give me hints. Give us hints that we can sort of look at, analyze, and be like, okay. But yeah, Ada Wong, if Leon's in this game, Ada has to be in this game, and I kind of want to see Ada confirmed. I want to be able to watch this trailer and get a hint or hear a voice that hints that, yeah, Ada's in this game. Or better yet, I kind of want to see a familiar moment. So you know how if she is going to be in this game, you know how in the original Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 2 remake, she falls and Leon tries to grab her and he can't pull her up and she falls to her supposed death. Well, how about we redo that scene? Okay, this is just something I would probably want in the game itself. But yeah, I would like to see Ada come back, and I would like to see her story end with Leon in this game. If this is meant to be Leon's last game as well, and I want to see like a familiar element, in this case her falling and Leon grabbing her, but this time managing to pull her to safety, like, and rescuing her, something like that. You know, just food for thought, something I'm throwing in there. Hints of Jill Valentine. Yes, I want to see hints of Jill Valentine, if she's going to be in this game or not. I would love to hear Nicole in this, be able to like watch this new trailer and hero, because here's the thing, right? You're going to have Leon in this game. If he's in this game, who's the radio contact going to be? Now, obviously, the assumption would be Hunnigan, but if he's going against the government or trying to like get this conspiracy sorted out, like, and reveal the truth, I feel like it would make more sense for him to work with someone else. And if he's going to Raccoon City as well, wouldn't it make sense for him to be in contact with someone that was familiar with the area? So I kind of want it to be Jill. I want there to be a hint that Jill's in this game, but she's going to serve as like a radio guide help to Leon. That's what I would like, as well as a DLC star in it. But like, if you have to give Jill a role in the main game itself, that's the role I would give her, and then maybe have her show up at the very end to help like save the day somewhat, sort of like Chris at the end of RE7. That's kind of what I would want. Other returning characters, if I could think of. I mean, here's the thing. If you got Alex Wesker in this, right? If she ends up showing up in this game, there's only really like 3 characters that would make sense to come back to tie to Alex's character. And that would be Claire, Barry, or Moira. So one of those 3 characters would make sense to return. Now, if I had to pick, I would choose Claire because of the closeness she has with Leon. And you could, again, if Leon's story is ending, I would sort of want it to end with the big characters that Leon is familiar with being there for him. So in this case, Ada and Claire. Sherry maybe as well, but again, we're talking about characters connected to Alex Wesker if she ends up showing up. So I'm thinking of that. Barry, maybe. It would be kind of cool to get that Leon and Barry team up that we sort of got in Gaiden, but Gaiden's not canon, so it would be kind of cool to maybe for them to go back and do that kind of style again. But yeah, I don't know. Throwing things out there. And finally, end the trailer with Grace meeting Leon. So yeah, I would want the trailer to be, like I said, so I want this to be a big trailer. I want it to be a big action trailer. I want it to be a big story-focused trailer, giving us some hints at things to come, confirming some things that we kind of want to see confirmed, showing us a bit more of this game, especially Raccoon City, and giving us hints at the characters and villains coming up. And of course, I think the perfect way to end this game would be the final shot being of Grace and Leon interacting, I think. So that I think that would be kind of a cool way to transition it, to end it and be like, there you go, Grace and Leon. There's your 2 main characters, heroes, your main heroine and your main hero, your main female lead, your main male lead, meeting up, one shot, and ending the trailer there maybe. So yeah, that's my food. That's what I would want. That's my wish list. That's that really, guys. That's really all I got. Like, again, this wasn't really a topic of, like, discussing some leaks or rumors. This was just me discussing what I would want to see for this Game Awards trailer. Like I said, we're 2 weeks away. We're almost there. And hopefully we get something, because I think it would make sense that we do. Because we got the reveal at a Geoff Keighley event at the Summer Game Fest. And then we got that cutscene trailer reveal again. I think it was another Geoff Keighley event. So it just makes sense. It just makes sense that we continue with this. That Game Awards is going to be the event where we're going to get some big juicy details. And then obviously January, hopefully that's when we get the next set of RE9 previews with the showcase starting then, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Anyway, guys, that's my video. I hope you liked it. As always, remember to like and subscribe. And I shall see you when I shall see you. Take care and bye.